the STIMS schedule, South Texas IMCA Modified Series. You're about to get that live right here. That's coming up momentarily. But what we're going to do is we're going to let you know one of the imperative partners in the STIM series. It's On Demand Shirts.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here. Precision, consistency. Just like in racing, these are our values as screen printing, embroidery, and everything in between. If it's branded, we can do it.
On Demand Shirts, official apparel provider of many, many people, of Showtime Bobby Chaffee, of me, of Revved Up, of Dirty Air. I had somebody ask me, I was wearing a Dirty Air cap the other day, and somebody said, hey, what's Dirty Air with Rodney Rodriguez? I'm like, it's me. So it grabs attention. It grabs attention, I guess, is the important thing.
Well, I mean, that's what they're for, right? I mean, it's to promote yourself and your sponsors when you have a racing t-shirt. So
that's right. That's right. And they will hook you up. They will hook you up. They are also the title sponsor of the South Texas IMCA Modified Series.
Nick, I'll do it. It's the Southern Touring Modified Series. That's right. Still STIMS.
No, I'm out of the game, guys. I'm kind of out of touch. I'm sorry, guys. I try to.
No hard feelings at all. Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, guys. Thanks so much for having me on the show at such late notice. Things have been working, man. I tell you what, we have been moving and a grooving for sure. And I know you've got it. We are happy to have it, and we're happy to do it here on the Revved Up Sports Show with Rodney and Bobby for sure.
Yeah, well, let's dive in, Nick. I mean, that's what people are tuning in for. The much awaited schedule has come out for the Southern.
There she is.
Yeah, there it is.
There she is. It's been a lot of work put into this thing, man. I cannot thank first of all Rachel and James for working with me. I'm new to this promoter hat, Bobby. I know you've worn it before, Rodney. I know you know what this is all about. And it's a lot of teamwork, man. And the three of us have really put our noggins together and worked hard to hammer this dude out. Also, every racetrack that you see on that poster right there, every single one of those promoters deserves a tip of the hat. One, for running a racetrack in 2025 and doing it again in 2026. That itself is no small task. But two, for taking a risk on a series that is ambitious and looking to grow. And backing that full, 10 toes. They're all behind us. And we've got a lot of stuff going on here that we're real proud of for sure.
Absolutely.
You got to say, I was only privy to the first event opener. It's the only thing I knew, right? Because I was very happy when the powers that be down at Texana wanted to double check, make sure I was going to be there for the 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
It's a good mix of tracks. You've got to, I'm partial to Texana dates, but I really like what is happening with the doubleheader Friday night at Waco and Saturday night at Cotton Bowl. I think logistically that makes more sense than going, from north to south. I think that's a quick rear end change and they're ready to go. So talk about trying to make that work. I know you had some guys that were really interested in making that happen.
Yes, we did. And I'll be honest with you guys, the number one was James Cole himself. Like, he has been from the get-go of the three of us getting together and trying to work this thing out. His whole thing was, I want drivers to have good value for their dollar. They work hard. They put a lot of money and time into these race cars. We're already asking a lot of them to come and run with us. And we want them to know that we've got their back and that we want them to get bang for their buck. And these 2-day, even if they're at separate tracks, we tried really hard to make sure, that pairing with Heart of Texas and Cotton Bowl, that's just a 2-hour drive. It's about 120 road miles to get from one to the other. It's a pretty common thing that happens anyway with Waco being a Friday track. A lot of those drivers will come and run Cotton Bowl. So we were just excited to grow that, expand upon that. And we're just really excited to see all this come together. We've been literally working since the end of October to put this dude together. It's been very fast paced and a lot of moving parts. There are still a couple of TBDs there. We are working. I will say this. We're working really hard with two other new tracks. We're looking to have 4 brand new tracks to the series this season. I can't quite say which 2 we're working with right now, but we are talking with 2 different new tracks to the schedule. So that'll bring us, 3 new tracks this season. Altogether is what we ultimately hope to have, and we're very excited about what this looks like right now.
And Nick, the one that is listed right there, April 25th at 105, I think that is such a great get right there, because that market right there is one where we're kind of 105. I call Waco the equator when it comes to like Texas. But capturing a racer at 105, and I don't think weather's going to be an issue. I mean, that's a really good date. Kind of talk about the 105 thing there, because that's a market I think where you're going to pull some dudes in, and it's going to add to your regular roster of drivers.
Yeah, I want, again, shout out Joey at 105. And I should say this would bring us to 4 new tracks if we can get those 2 locked down for that July weekend. But yeah, Joey at 105 has been a big help. He's taken a big risk. They're not an IMCA track. They don't have a lot of IMCA mods that run there on a regular basis, or around there really on a regular basis. And really just want to thank him again for giving us a show, taking a risk. But I think you're right, Rodney. I think the time of the year is right. We've got a good break on either side of that date. And I have heard personally from a dozen or so drivers that have been like, why aren't we going to 105? When are we going to race at 105? Got to get a show at 105. I'm going to be honest, boys. That's the only track in the state that I have yet to announce a race at. So I'm just looking to fill in the card for the state right there.
There you go.
Very excited about doing that and being there. And again, Joey has been just a great help and a willing racetrack and a willing promoter to work with us and make something happen. And again, all of the folks that I've spoken with, from Mariana Cotton Bowl, David and Amanda there at Heart of Texas, Ray and Mike at 37, Cord and Monty at Texana, and Chris and Harry up at Rocket have just really worked really hard with us to make this thing come together. It's been so fast paced, and it's especially the last 48 have just been a whirlwind of like making it happen, because we had this wild idea to release it now with y'all about 48 hours ago is when this came about. And we've just all been nose to the grindstone. I can't say enough for James and Rachel. They're both, especially James, has just got so much going on. Rachel has a lot going on behind the scenes that so many people know nothing about, the work that woman does in this sport, in this industry. And I'm just a face, honestly. I just get to come on here and talk about it, but they do a lot of work, and it's really been fun to make this thing happen.
Absolutely.
I felt bad. I texted her about the schedule to see if she could send it to me a little early so I could see it. And I was like, oh, wait, you're back off the boat, right? She's like, yes, I'm off the boat. I didn't want to bother her on the boat. So, no, I think it's a great schedule. I got to look at it, and I was really pleased at the number of tracks, and they're spaced out enough to where, you got a guy that can come and run, or gal can come and run a couple of races in the beginning of the year to see how they fare. And then if you got a guy that's out of points for his local track, has a couple of bad races in the beginning of the season, here's a perfect schedule to kind of come and cherry pick to make your year. Yeah. You got national points on the line, you got regional points on the line, you got state points on the line. Like this is a great, it's a great standalone series, but it also is turning into the perfect supplement for the series for the guys that want to run for those big time points.
And I think that's what we're really excited about with this, Bobby. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, you see, we're running that very last weekend there at 37. That is the final weekend for IMCA points, for national points. So if someone's like, dang, I need another couple good races to get to my, my 50 that they take my points with, we've usually got good full fields, and the competition is stiff. So if you want to get, full field points, that's a big one right there. Ray and Mike were really big in making that 2-day show happen. And I think that really these tracks that are working with us and helping us give the racers that value for their dollar. I mean, we've got a few racetracks on the schedule where we've got 3 shows. We've got 3 shows at Cotton Bowl, 3 individual dates at Cotton Bowl, 3 at Texana, 3 at 37. Those are really the core tracks that have been with us pretty much since day one. And hats off again to those three places. They're fine facilities, fine promoters, and I can't thank them enough for making this happen and for taking this risk and for getting us there. 3 shows out of a season is a big ask, and they're more than willing. All of them were on board from the get-go.
Yep. Nick Robbins dropping the STIMS schedule right here on Revved Up tonight, pre-Christmas edition. I do want to ask you about the one date in there, the Rocket Raceway Park date. So that one there, I mean, I love, because folks do, it's like expand. You know, they're wanting a bunch of dates in North Texas and all that, but I love what you're doing right here. And then you do it at the Mize Memorial.
Yes.
Talk about that part. You get in on that part of the program.
Yes.
You get on that card. They're going to lay you guys out a really nice picnic basket right here, and you show up on this night.
And I think that it's kind of a perfect storm of good, like the location of Rocket, the timing of the weekend. That is right before Supernats in Boone.
Yep.
That is going to be a good time for drivers who are, especially Texas drivers or Oklahoma drivers that are going up there. They've got new pieces. They're looking to shake something down, you know, as one last hurrah, just to make sure that everything is right before they go to Boone. And again, it's a big, important race in this state as well. And I've had the privilege to be a part of several Mize Memorial races. I was at the very first one at Grayson County Speedway like 10 years ago at this point. And it's really, really a special race. It's near and dear to my heart. I've been away from it for a few years, and I'm glad to come back and be a part of it. And again, Chris and Harry taking over Rocket and making that place work and keeping it alive. And we're just happy to be a small part of it. A big show for them and hopefully a big show for fans. We're looking for things to just go really well there. It will be an increased purse, as you can see there. I don't know exactly how much. That really just depends on marketing partners and stuff like that, and drivers and fans coming out and supporting it. But if I know anything about Chris and Harry at Race On and Running Rocket, like, they are promotional masters. They are going to make this thing happen. It is going to be big. They love racing in the state of Texas, and they support dirt track racing in so many ways that so many people don't even know about. And again, I'm just happy to be back a part of the team and make this thing happen, man. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
So two things, two-parted. Number one, I will behind the scenes is that a lot of people were asking me during the off season for Texana. They requested three things. They said STIMS, sprint cars, and late models. Well, luckily we got two of the three. Working late models in South Texas is a hard get. It is. But you know, I love the fact that STIMS will be with us 3 times. That Texas two-step to open the season is going to be a lot of fun. And then I was going to say that the 37 race, I think, to start the season with those IMCA the guys that are coming down in January, I think that's going to be a good way to go support the season start. Even though it's not a STIMS race, right? A good way to get introduced to the state of Texas drivers and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And there are, as you boys well know, there's some big IMCA names that will absolutely be coming down for that. There were some big ones here last year. Ray and Mike have got a good little show on their hands, and I think there's going to be some special stuff coming out that aren't maybe public knowledge just yet. That's going to be good stuff coming in the next few weeks for that show. So, or a couple of weeks, I show you. It's coming up soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That showdown there at 37 is going to be a big one to start the year. I'm excited. I will be on the mic with Chris Workman for that show. Very, very happy to be a part of that. And big thanks to Ray and Mike again for having me out and inviting me to come on down. I'm just real excited with how this thing has turned out. I know I've said that a lot, but it's real. It's palpable at this point. This was a big hurdle for James and Rachel and myself. And again, these tracks have really just come in clutch and really have just wanted to work. There's been, I don't want to say clamor is kind of a crazy outdated word, but it's really felt that way. Like everybody has really been calling and asking, hey, when can we get you? What does the schedule look like? Cord and Monty really wanted to be first. They spoke up early and got that show locked down. I've been talking with Ray. He wanted to kind of end the season with us as well, and was very instrumental in agreeing to have a 2-day show and put that thing together. What I think I love the most about the mentality that we've had is it's really teamwork. It's communication. Yeah. I have talked so much to so many of these promoters for the last 6 weeks, guys. They've been available at any moment of the day, have answered all of my questions, and have really worked really hard to make this as easy for all of us, not just James and Rachel and myself, but we want to make it easy for them. We want to make this an easy sell. We think that our purse is competitive, not only for the drivers, but for the tracks themselves. It's an attractive, appealing offering, and especially in South Texas, to keep quality modified racing alive, really, especially in South Texas. But as you see, we're expanding. We're going north. We're looking to move ahead and expand our market, and again, bring those quality South Texas drivers to the north side of the state and make them run for some good money, and make those North Texas guys. I'm thinking Abbey Brothers, especially, a lot of good hot shoes, maybe some Southern Oklahoma wink, wink WG coming on down to do some racing with us as well. Yeah. I'm looking for big things in 26. I think that having this schedule out makes James and Rachel and I all just breathe a big sigh of relief that it's almost done. As you can see, it's 98% complete. And we're looking to get her wrapped up here in the next couple of days to next week. So we're just really excited that it's all on paper, on the screen, and it's real now. We've been working so hard, but now it's real.
Yeah. And Nick, last one for me, something that you've mentioned a couple of times during this conversation. I think that race promoters right now, I think that they're realizing with the competition to get the consumer in there, to get the fans in there, to get the customer in there, it's really imperative that you do everything that you can and even work together to try to spread the wealth a little bit. I mean, because whether it's 37, Cotton Bowl, Texana, I mean, everybody needs to kind of be able to cooperate to make this work, because it really is a collaborative effort at this point when you have a series like you guys that you can drop it, sprinkle it in there, and everybody succeeds at the end when you do this kind of stuff.
And that is very true. And it again, tip of the hat to all those promoters. And it's also something to keep in mind when you're running these IMCA modifieds. There are a lot of tracks across the state that run them either regularly, or some of them that run them weekly. And we're trying to make these shows for a traveling series, but also not take away from the market for those weekly tracks. We've really had to work with those promoters and with those racetracks. And again, I just want to thank them all for making this as easy as possible, to where we're not stepping on IMCA weekly points racing toes. I mean, we've had conversations with Brett and Jim at IMCA to make sure that we're making them happy, and that we're working within, the bounds that they've got set, and trying to abide by all the rules possible, both, for the race cars and just for the series itself, and for the class itself to live and survive and thrive in the Lone Star State. The size of the state presents its own set of unique challenges, but it also it kind of is a double-edged sword, where it feels like it's a regional thing, and that makes it easier to break down as well. And it's real good to see the sense of camaraderie and feel the sense of camaraderie that all of these promoters have worked. Again, like I said, new series, or it feels new. It's new to me. I know that this will be year 3 for the series itself, but it feels new to me. And they've worked really hard to make it as easy as possible. And I just thank them all so much.
Absolutely.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. We appreciate the last minute Christmas